guys, this is GoD CoMpLeXz and this is the third episode in my beginner course. Throughout this episode I will be showing you each one of the 10 maps that's shipped with the game and all the weapon spawns within each map. Basically I'll be showing you how you get there, the quickest way you can get there, and the importance of all the power weapons. The first map I'm going to be showing you guys is Checkout. I've just set it simply with the standard execution layout. As you can see in each loading menu you can see the weapon swaps for each map, and if you press B during the countdown you can still see it. So although they're all clearly there visible for you, I'll still show you exactly how to get there. As I'm the locust, I'm going to start in the red spawn. You can identify the red and blue spawns as you see at each spawn it's color coded up until a certain point. As you can see, it's there. Also, if you press your Capcom, your LB, you can see where all the weapons are located. So let's make a start then. As you can see, the Boltocs are in the toilets on each side. And then let me just down the enemy there. Obviously where he just was the mulcher, that's where he picked up the mulcher from. And the frag grenades are usually here. As you can see he's picked them up as well, but if I press Capcom you can clearly see frags. This is the opposition Boltok in the toilets on the opposite side, as you can see. Some bits of furniture on this map will go away if you shoot them enough. As you can see here, you can destroy that, and you can also destroy this box here. Basically any pieces of like settees or such you can destroy. The frag grenades are here. That'll swap with the ink grenade on each round. Same with the Boltok, that will change to Gorgon pistol. And over the back here, and where most people will go, because this is the only real power weapon, is the digger, and that will change to the sniper rifle on the alternate round. As I said, a lot of people go towards the power weapon simply because, you know, it's the power weapon, it's called that for a reason. So the mentality is just to get to that, although in my opinion the frags are just as important on this map, especially if you're playing a team strategy based game type where you have a lot of your teammates in the party with you. But that I will explain further about that in the intermediate course, which will be on GamerMentor.com, along with all my other courses and videos. I think that's about all I can really show you for Checkout, so we'll go on to the next map. As you can see, the second map we'll be looking at is Dry Dock, and again the weapon swaps can be accessed from the beginning, and that will be the same on any map, same as the Capcom, that will be available on any map as well. They've changed the weapon swaps on this since the launch of the game. There was only one ink grenade on this map rather than two. Not all maps can be identified by the colour of the spawn, but most can. As I mentioned, that's where the ink is. After you pick up the ink, if you go through here, then you can pick up the Boltok, but it will slow you down a lot to pick up both weapons. Down here is the frag grenades. Frag grenades are very important on any map where they're on because they're so powerful. They can get you quite a few kills. I would always advise picking them up if you can, as long as it doesn't compromise losing out on the torque bow, for example, on this map, because the torque bow on this map is a key. You've got the one shot here. This will alternate with the mortar. Over here is where he picked up the torque bow from, as you can see. Torque bow is usually there. Going down to the opposite spawn As you can see here, you have the ink is located in the security hut. This is where you'll spawn on this side. A lot of people come running straight through here. Again, Boltok is here. And a nice little feature on this map is the catwalks. These catwalks here you can actually get on by jumping over the cover, and it gives you a good position to flank on sometimes, but the longer the game's been out, the more people start to realise that that is used, so it still can be helpful on occasion, but not really one to be used all the time. I'll show you the second round of this map, so as you can see how it affects the weapons in terms of what swaps.
Time to do some damage.
As you can see, the ink stays the same, but the Boltok does change into a Gorgon pistol. Also, instead of going through there, if you run through the middle, you can jump over this bit of cover to pick up the Gorgon like that.
Safety's off.
It's probably the quickest way. It remains frags down the bottom regardless of what round. Up top is where it changes quite a lot in terms of some mortar instead of a one shot, and it's also a sniper instead of a torque bow. Apart from that, the map is very, very similar. So we will go on to the third map now. As you can see here, this is third map will be gridlock. Gridlock has been in both Gears of War 1 and Gears of War 2 in the past. In my opinion, Gears of War 3 is the nicest looking of the all three gridlocks and probably plays the best as well. It's slightly different to Gears of War 1 and 2 as well, in the sense that you have a smoke grenade down here and an ink on the second round. There's never been a weapon there before, pickup weapon. Any Gears fans will know up here you've got the sniper rifle, and that stays a sniper rifle every round. In the middle here you have the incendiary grenades, which will swap out to frag grenade. A little note for you, as you see here with these ash statues, I won't shoot any of them, and there will be an Easter egg on the second round. Some people like it, some people don't. Also, as you see here, there is the Gorgon pistol as usual, and the other power weapon after the sniper on this map is the digger launcher here, that swaps for a boom shot depending on the round. Again, this is the other pistol there. And the other smoke grenade down there. There's a lot of different opinion on this map. Some people think the sniper is more important. Some people think the digger or whatever is more important. Personally, I would say on the round with the digger, the sniper is more important. On the round with the boomer is more important, and also the frags are even more important. So again, depending on how many people you're playing with, you can do different things. I'll discuss that further in the intermediate course, as I mentioned earlier. This is the Easter egg though I was referring to. It plays Mad World in the background. If you don't shoot any of the ash statues, if you shoot them, it will not play this. It's just a little feature that they thought they'd put in. Again, here's the boomer, and just to show again the frag grenades. And there's the ink. As per mentioned, the Gorgon pistol is a bolt-on pistol on this round. That's all for this map. The fourth map I'm going to show you is Hotel. As you can see here, a couple of power weapons, a couple of pistols, and your usual customary frags. Any fans of Gears of War 1 or Gears of War 2 will recognise this map as a, well, they'll find a lot of similarities between this map and Mansion, in the sense that there's an indoors and outdoors, a power weapon on each one, and the higher ground is on the indoors, so you have to choose really what's most important to you out of power weapon and higher ground. You see here there's the Gorgon pistol, as well as outside you have the digger. That will change, and the Gorgon pistol will become a bolt-op, and the digger also changes to become a boom shot. This is your opposite Gorgon here. You go up these stairs through this doorway. There is the incendiary grenades that will swap to frag grenades. And on the inside here we have the torque bow, and the torque bow will swap out to a sniper. The balance of this map is actually quite good in terms of, in my opinion, a torque bow is more important than a sniper. So on this round it's better to go indoors, but on the other round when it's a boomer and a sniper, it's probably better to go outside to the boomer. But again, that's just personal preference, but there are strategies involved that I will elaborate on more in the intermediate course. I think that's about all I can really show you for Hotel. I mean, I'll quickly just show you that there again is now bolt-off instead of a Gorgon, a boomer instead of a digger, frag grenades instead of the incendiaries, and a sniper instead of a torque bow. I'll now go on to the next map. Here we have the fifth map, which is called Mercy. As you can see here, this is the basic weapon layout. This again has changed since the launch of the game. It used to be the frag grenades were where the torque bow is, and the torque bow is where the frags were. But there was a few complaints about the balancing, so the powers that be changed it around, so it's the opposite way. This is where you'll find the Gorgon though. A lot of people find it quite helpful to hang around here on occasion. I have as well. It can be a good place to assess a situation, especially if you're outnumbered. Up here you have the mortar. Over here you have the opposite Gorgon. And in the very centre of the map you have torque bow. Up here you have an ink grenade. And it is also over here on the opposite side as well. The other power weapon is in here. But as she's picked it up, as you see, it's frag grenades. Frag grenades are always a good idea, but personally I would say the torque bow is the more important. But as you can see, that's where all the power weapons are. One interesting note on this map is the fact that there's a hole in that roof.
They know they cannot win.
As you can see, I'll show you again on this map, and on the map round with the mortar, you can actually put the mortar through that roof if you angle it properly and do it at full power. But as you see here, the inks are always an ink, but the torque bow will change to a digger. as will the frags turn to incendiary grenades. Up here, as you can see, this is the hole in the roof I was referring to, where basically you can put the mortar through. The Gorgon that's turned into a Boltok. And up here we have a mulcher instead of a mortar. I think that's all I can show you for this map though, so we'll go on to the next map. The next map I'll be showing you is Old Town, which along with Checkout, Trenches and Thrashball were the 4 maps that came with the beta. But Thrashball and Trenches especially have changed quite a lot since the beta. I'll show you that when we get to those maps. As you can see here, this is quite a lot of weapons on this map. You have the smoke grenades here that swap out for an ink grenade on the alternate round. The snipers over here that will swap out for a torque bow on the alternate round. Up here as well, just there right in front of me, is the Gorgon that spawns on the high side. And as you can see, that's where the Gorgon spawns on the low side there. You have the frag grenades in the middle here, and you can also get an angle on the sniper and also the digger, which is over there, which is where I'll take you to now. Both sides have their own Scorcher, which is an unusual weapon to give 2 of, but there's the high side one. And down here you have the digger launcher that swaps into a boomer. Scorchers will always be Scorchers on this map. And as I mentioned earlier, the Gorgon and Boltok will basically always alternate. And the smokes on this map will change to an ink, and the frags will turn to incendiaries. Again, this is usually the case. If it's a frag one round, it'll be an incendiary the next, and usually a smoke will be an ink the next as well. But most of the power weapons actually vary. But again, the sniper will turn into a torque bow. I think that's all I can really show you on this map. One other very slight point of interest some people may like to know is you can actually shoot bell up here, and it usually makes a chiming noise. As you hear there. Again, it has no real relevance, it's just little points of interest that they put in the game. But I'll take you to the next map now. The 7th map is Overpass. Again, this map has changed since the release of the game, and is a big benefit to be cog on this map over Locust. Most maps where there is a advantage, it usually does go to the cog. Over the back here you have the incendiary grenades. Point of interest on both sides of the incendiary grenades: if people camp there and tend to hide there, you can get a nice angle from the side of them. You see there?
Nailed it!
yeah, this is where you'll find the frags. They will swap out with the incendiary grenades, and again the angle that you can get. Both rounds it is a boom shield up here. And you can also get a scorcher up here on both rounds as well. There's a built-in turret up here as well that there's not many maps that this is available on, and it hasn't really got a great impact from where it's located, but it can be useful sometimes. The bolt hook on this side is right here. And then over here is where you get the boomer and the torpo. As you can see, the boomer was turned out to be pretty effective on this map in that last round, where bot sort of took me out. The Gorgon on this side is located right here. So as you can see, not many weapons really change that much on this map. It's mostly the pistols and the frags and the main power weapon. But aside from that, the others stay the same. I now, before I show you the next map, shall exact my revenge on the bot.
That's what I like to see. Carry on.
Now for the next map. The 8th map I'll be showing you is Sandbar. This one was probably my least favourite of the launch maps until they updated it and changed the weapons around a little bit. The power weapon used to always be located at the very top, but they swapped it to the bottom, which made the map a lot more open and enjoyable. As you can see, if you come straight down here, you will come across the, in my opinion, most important power weapon on this round at least, which is the boomer. This will swap with the Hammer of Dawn on the alternate round. And the Hammer of Dawn, although you can get some nice angles, isn't that effective really. This is where the Gorgon is located on this side. One nice aspect of this map is the fact that both sides get a sniper, and with there being a lot of high ground, the sniper can be really key. This is where this side sniper is. If you come further up here, there's a nice little place you can get an angle up this little ledge here that you get on this side that you don't get on the other side. And there's the Scorcher there. I'll show you while I'm here. This is where you literally can see the whole map from up here on the cliff. The angles you can get up here, and the fact that both teams can have a sniper make the high ground in this map very, very important. The sniper on the other side is located, well, the exact opposite of the opposite sniper. It's just up here on this corner here. And as for the Gorgon on this side, it's just round here, just there. The other power weapon on this map is the frags, which you can locate just under the face of the cliff, just here. On the alternate round, again the incinerators will change for the frag grenades.
It's ugly work, but it must be done.
Snipers will always stay as snipers.
Humanity will survive.
And as per mentioned, the boomer will change to a Hammer of Dawn, as I'll show you now. Strangely enough, this is one of the only maps where the pistol stays the same. The Gorgon stays as the Gorgon. It doesn't swap out to a bolt hook, which which as far as I am aware is the only map that will do that. Hammer and dawn there, and the frag grenades just there, just where the incendiaries were. But I believe that's all I can show you for this map. Now for the penultimate map on this episode, we will look at Thrashball. This is one that was on the beta again, and they've changed since the beta. Previously, you could only, from spawn, you could only access the middle of the map, but now, as you can see here, you can access the frags from going around here, and also you can access the stand by going around here. Like I say, previously the only place you could come from spawn was directly out here. You'd have to make a choice of where to go. But if you go down here, this is where the incendiary grenades are. And that'll swap out with the frags on the alternate round. This is where you'll find the dig launcher that swaps to a torp bow, and the Boltok. In here you have a smoke grenade, and that'll be a smoke grenade on both rounds as well. And then down here you have the mulcher. That'll be a mulcher one round and a mortar the next. This is one of the other maps I was referring to earlier, where you can say the red side or the blue side. The reason this is relevant, besides knowing your own bearings, is because if you're playing with other people, it's one of the quickest communiques to just say red or blue, rather than trying to say exactly where they are. You can just say they're coming from red or coming from blue. That's what makes this map very, very helpful for new players. As you hear there, the scoreboard has just fallen down. What that means is it's changed the dynamics of the game greatly, because if you shoot the wire there, it will lower the scoreboard, and if the scoreboard lowers, the power weapon in the middle is then completely inaccessible because it's under there. Not only that, but it also means you can't see down towards the frag, so you can't get as many angles as you could previously.
Oh, perfect.
I think that's about all I can show you for this version of the round.
They'll think twice about taking on gears again. That was
Now on the alternate round, as I mentioned before, where the digger was, you will now have the torp bow. Where the mulcher was, you will now have a mortar. The Boltok stays the same, as does the smoke grenade, and the incendiary grenades turn to frag grenades.
Got it.
That's about all I can really show you for this map. We will now move on to the 10th and final map in this section. The final map is Trenches. Again, this is one that was on the beta, and the only other one, with the exception of Thrashball, to really change since the beta. In both weapons and outlay. On the beta, you could only previously go this way from spawn, and now you can make your way underground as well. The closest thing from spawn is here, where the ink grenades are. This will swap with incendiary grenade on the alternate round. But to go down here, you'll have the Scorcher. That'll be a Scorcher on both rounds.
Good to go.
On the opposite side over here, obviously this is where their ink grenades are. If you come up here, this is where the mortar is located. If you look just down there, that's where the digger is. And up here, you have the mulcher.
In your ugly maw.
As you'll see, the alternate round on this map is very different to the alternate round on almost every other map in the game. The reason behind this is the fact that most of the weapons don't change. The digger is still the digger, and the mortar is still the mortar. And the Scorcher is still the Scorcher. The only ones to change are the ink grenades that are now incendiary grenades, and also the vulture that turns into a one-shot. As you can hear, the horn in the background indicates that there's about to be a sandstorm. This happens usually once per game, and as you can see, when this happens, the screen is completely engulfed by sand. You can't see hardly anything that's going on. If you hold your Capcom though, as you can see here, you can make out any outlines of things. If I let go and then hold it again, you can see a lot more if you hold your Capcom. The only negative to this is you can't actually shoot while you're holding your Capcom. But I would advise, when a sandstorm comes down, always use your Capcom until you need to let go and shoot. But I believe that's all I can really show you for this map, and seeing as this is the last map on the game, I will see you guys on my next video. This is GoD CoMpLeXz. Thank you for watching.